Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Flip Flow. I invite everyone to commence the practice in a Sukhasana, cross-legged seated posture with their eyes closed. Rooting down on your tailbone with a lengthy spine and the crown of your head rising towards the sky. Shoulders drawn down away from the ears, arms extended with your hands near your knees and your hands in Samdhi, with the index finger gently caressing the thumb and your knees cascading towards the ground. Begin to focus in on your breath, inhaling and exhaling evenly through the nose. Scanning your body from left to right, seeking out any imbalances, seeking out any discomfort. At this moment, I invite you to set some intentions today for the practice, or dedicate it to something or someone. Whatever your intentions or dedications are, I trust you will honor them. Inhale, extend your arms above head. Exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Namaste. Continue to breathe and continue to scan. And after the next deep inhale, I invite you for a collective Om. Inhale. Inhale, raise your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, palms together on the ground in front of you. Reach over the top of the right palm with the left hand. Return to center. Reach over the top of the left palm with the right. And return to center. Inhale back up into a Sukhasana. And exhale, place the hands on the front of your mat and swing your knees underneath your hips, making your way into a tabletop pose with your fingertips spread wide, index fingers pointed directly forward, parallel with each other and parallel with the outer edges of your mat. Shoulders are stacked over the elbows. Elbows are stacked over the wrists. Elbows are rotated outward, so the eyes of your elbows are pointed forward. Knees are at hip-width distance, directly underneath the hips, and the tops of your feet are pressed against the mat. Pelvis is tucked forward, and navel is pressed against the spine. Shoulders are drawn away from the ears, creating space and length in the neck. And you're conscious of your breathing. On an inhale, drop the belly, raise the gaze forward, and allow your tailbone to shine in a happy cow. Exhale, press against the mat with your palms and round your spine, shifting your gaze over to your navel in an angry cat, allowing your head to hang. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the gaze for a happy cow, smiling. Exhale, angry cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, one more cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, tabletop. And move your body circularly in a clockwise motion, like a leopard about to pounce, warming up the spine. Pause at the top and circle back in the other direction, counterclockwise. Inhale, extend the left arm forward and the right leg back, keeping the right foot flexed, not pointed. Exhale, bring the left elbow to meet the right knee. Inhale, extend, left arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, compress, and bring it together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, return to tabletop. Inhale, extend the right arm forward and the left leg back. Long line of energy from the right middle finger to the left heel. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, compress. Inhale, extend. Right arm forward, left leg back. Exhale, return to tabletop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, tabletop. And as you exhale, push your weight back onto your heels for a child's pose. Option to move the knees wider and gently rest your forehead on the mat. If at any time you feel short of breath or you feel that your practice doesn't call for a certain posture, You're welcome to make your way into a child's pose. Inhale, back up. Curl your toes, and on an exhale, shift your weight. Shift your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Walking the dog since it's the first downward dog of the day. Extending the left leg and bending the right knee. And extending the right leg and bending the left knee. Seeking out the length in the spine before seeking the length in the legs. Driving those heels towards the earth. Trying to kiss those armpits and letting the head hang like a mango. Slowly inch your hands back to meet your feet at the back of the mat. Once you reach your toes, bend your knees around your spine and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, articulate up. Rolling your shoulders back at the top and looking forward towards the future. And taking a right step forward to honor those dedications and intentions. Taking another step forward for peace. Taking another step forward for love. And lastly, meeting that love with some discipline. Once you reach the top of your mat, establish parabanda, which is rooting down on the four corners of your feet with your toes soft. Big toes together, heels slightly spread apart. Option to have your feet at hip width distance with your outer edges of your feet parallel with the outer edges of the mat. Make your way into a mountain pose, Tadasana, rooting down on those feet, activating the leg muscles with a micro bend in the knee, tucking the pelvis forward, pressing the spine, the navel onto the spine, palms facing forward, shoulders drawn down, creating that space and length in the neck as the crown of the head rises towards the sky. Chin is parallel to the earth. Inhale, extend the arms up to the sky for an extended mountain pose. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward into a forward fold. Arms hanging, head hanging. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the shins, and seeking out the micro bend in the upper back. Exhale, hands on the mat, step the left foot back, step the right foot back, and establish a plank, Balakasana. Pelvis tucked forward, navel pressed against the spine, shoulders stacked over the elbows, elbows stacked over the wrists. Exhale, bending at the elbows, lower yourself halfway down to a chaturanga. Chest is off the ground. And exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Press the tops of your feet against the mat and press up into a baby cobra. Raising your chin parallel to the earth. Exhale. Lower back down. Curl your toes and press your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the left leg. And bring that left foot between both hands. Lower the right heel, so the right toes are pointed towards the top right corner of the mat, and keeping your hips neutral. Raise up into a warrior one. Left knee bent at 90 degrees. If you're having issues with hip neutrality, place your hands on your hips and pull the left hip back and the right hip forward. And you're rooting down on the outer edge of that right foot. Exhale, lower the hands back to the mat and step the left foot back as you lower yourself down halfway to a chaturanga. And then all the way to the ground. Pressing the tops of your feet. Your hands are at nipple height. And you inhale up to a baby cobra. Exhale. Curl your toes and press the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Dialing in that ujjayi breath. And driving those hips up as if they were being pulled up by a harness. Inhale, extend the right leg up. Bring that right foot between both hands. Lower the left heel, left toes pointed towards the top left corner of the mat with the hips neutral. Inhale up to a warrior one. Exhale, lower the hands to the mat. Step the right foot back. And bending at the elbows, lower yourself down to a chaturanga. Tops of the feet pressed against the mat. Inhale up to a baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes and press the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Driving those heels towards the earth, micro bend in the knees, and letting the head hang like a mango. At the bottom of your next inhale, bend your knees, shift your gaze forward and lightly step or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees and articulate up into a mountain pose. Inhale, extend the arms above head to an extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Samastitihi. On an inhale, bending at the knees, lowering the bum into the chair pose. Arms extended up, pinkies rotated inward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower the hands to the mat and float back into a chaturanga, not a plank. Inhale, roll over the toes into an upward facing dog. Knees off the ground, legs active. Avoid allowing the heels to splay. And seek that micro bend in the upper back. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the left leg and bring that left foot between both hands. Lower the right heel so that the left heel intersects the right sole. Right toes are pointed towards the right side of the mat. Rooting down on the outer edge of the right foot and keeping the left knee bent at 90 degrees. Inhale up into a warrior two. Arms extended alongside. Gaze is over to the left middle finger. Left knee is bent at 90 degrees. And your torso is perpendicular to the earth. Ujjayi breath. Exhale, lower the left elbow to the left thigh as you reach over the top of your body with your right hand. Gazes over to your right middle finger in a humble warrior. Inhale, rainbow the hands back into a reverse warrior with the left hand reaching over the top of the body. Right hand gently resting on the back of your knee. Left knee is still bent at 90 degrees. Inhale back up, warrior two. Inhale, extend the left leg. Shorten the distance between the foot by heel toeing the right foot closer to the left, preparing for a triangle pose. Reaching forward with the left hand as you reach back with the right hip. And then lower the left hand to the left ankle as you extend the right hand up to the sky with your back on an imaginary plane. Inhale, rise up. Place your hands on your hips. Rotate the right foot inward 90 degrees so that your feet are on train tracks, pointed directly forward with your hips neutral. And exhale, hinging at the hips. Fold forward into a pyramid pose. Micro bend in both knees. Inhale, rise up and step forward into a mountain pose. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the bum into the chair as you raise the hands up into another chair pose. Knees are over the second toe. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Halfway lift. Exhale. Hands on the mat. Float back into Chaturanga on an exhale. Inhale, roll over those toes. Tops of the feet pressed against the mat. Upward facing dog. Avoid dumping in the lower back here. Exhale, drop the knees. Curl the toes. And press the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Micro bend in the knees. Driving those heels towards the earth. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, extend the right leg and bring that right foot between both hands. Lower the left heel to the mat. Left toe is pointed towards the left corner, left side of the mat. Right heel intersecting the left foot. Inhale up into a warrior two. Right knee's bent at 90 degrees. Arms are extended alongside. The hips are open to the left side. You're breathing, you're focused, and you're finding strength and ease. Exhale, lower the right elbow to the right thigh as you reach over the top of the body with the left hand. Humble warrior. Inhale, rainbow the hands back for reverse warrior. Right knee remaining at 90 degrees. Left knee with a micro bend. Reaching over the top with the right hand and gently resting the left hand on the thigh, on the back of the knee. Inhale back up to warrior two. Inhale, extend the right leg and heel toe the left foot closer to the right, shortening the distance between the feet. Preparing for triangle pose. Reach forward with your right hand as you reach back with your left hip. Lower the right hand to the right ankle and extend the left hand up to the sky. Inhale, rise up. Hands on your hips. Rotate the left foot inward 90 degrees. Your feet are on train tracks, pointing directly forward. And exhale, bringing the chest to the knee, to the thighs for a pyramid pose. Head hanging. Micro bend in both knees. Inhale up into a mountain pose. Extend the arms above head. Pelvis tucked up forward. Exhale. Hands together at heart center. Widen the feet so that the outer edges of your feet are parallel with the outer edges of your mat. And as you exhale, bend the knees and lower your elbows inside of your knees for a malasana pose. Pressing the knees out with the elbows and pressing the elbows in with the knees. Shoulders are drawn down and your chest is shining. Lower your bum to the mat and roll onto your back. Sit up into a staff pose with the legs extended in front of you, micro bend in the knees, palms on your side, elbows back, turning your body into an L. Rooting down on the tailbone and rising up with the crown of your head, with the shoulders drawn down away from your ears. Grab the left ankle and bring it over the top of your right leg. Reach back with your left hand and hook the right elbow outside the left thigh. And twist over to the left. Exhale, remove the lock. Bring the left foot back over. Extend the left leg and make your way back into a staff pose. Bend the right knee and grab the right ankle. Bring that right ankle over the top of the left leg. Reach back with your right hand to the back right corner of the mat and hook the left elbow outside the right thigh. Twist over to the right as you shift your gaze over to the right shoulder. Exhale, remove the lock. Bring the right foot over and extend the right leg, making your way back into a staff pose. Exhale, lower your back down to the mat and lay supine on the mat. Palms face the sky, point your toes, and make your body into a V, raising the feet up into a dolphin pose for 5. Lengthy spine for 4. You're breathing for 3. You're smiling for 2. Raise the feet up for 1. Exhale. We're back down to the mat. Inhale back up into a dolphin pose. Pointed toes for 5. Lengthen the spine for 4. Palms towards the sky for 3. You're breathing for 2. And you're smiling for 1. Exhale. Lower back down to the mat. Inhale. Hug your knees into your chest. Kiss the left knee. Kiss the right knee. Exhale. Release the knees and drop the feet down underneath the knees with your heels near the bum. Preparing for a bridge pose. Press your feet down to raise your hips up. Interlace the fingers behind your back and bring those shoulders underneath your back to root down from shoulder to pinky. Hips neutral, knees pointed directly forward. Lower your chin to your sternum and allow that heart to shine. Breathe. Exhale, release the interlace and raise your heels, removing your shoulders, and then lower your back down to the mat, starting with the upper back, then the middle back, then the lower back. Bring your elbows inside of your knees and grasp the outer edges of your feet, preparing for a blissful baby, rooting down on the shoulders and your tailbone as you press those feet up towards the sky through your hands and pull on those feet with those hands. Option to rock side to side, gently massaging the lower back muscles in a blissful baby. Exhale, release the feet. Extend the legs and allow yourself to fall into a shavasana with your palms facing the sky. Let your feet fall as they may. Let your shoulders fall as they may. Relax the knees. Relax your breath. Relax your face. at this moment. Remind yourself of your intentions and your dedications, and ask yourself if you honored them. Right now, the prana is flowing exactly where it needs to go. Your body's absorbing all the medicine you just provided it. Right now, you're hot wax on a surfboard melting in the sun, but yet you're cool and collected, warm and cold. Embracing yin yang. Slowly begin to wiggle the toes and fingers, bringing life back into the extremities. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Flex the legs, flex the arms, flex your core. Inhale, raise the thighs up with the knees bent at 90 degrees. Extend your left arm above head and fall over to your left side, gently resting your head on the left bicep. Imagine yourself as a caterpillar in a cocoon, experiencing metamorphosis in this fetal pose. Namaste.